All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Wow, it has been a while since I made a live webinar for ninZa.co, but there is a new product. It is pretty awesome product. We're going to go over it. We're going to see live charts from today. As you know, I never cherry pick anything. Live charts from today, along with my personal funded PA account. I only trade using PA accounts for these presentations. I do not do market replay. I do not do sim accounts, as you know if you've seen me before. I trade accounts that matter. So let's start with today's presentation of Zephyrus first. But first, if I may, I would just like to take 1 minute. Well, first of all, my name is James Buchman. I've been trading for 16 years. Out of those, about 9 years profitably. And I have a website. I have a Discord group. Now, this Discord group is want to kind of give a quick plug-in. So we do, if you visited it before, some things have changed. What I have added was, let's see if I can find it here, actual entries. Before, I just gave kind of zones. Now I have a channel dedicated to actual entries. For example, today, to buy the NASDAQ at 998, the low was 20,000. I think 84, so close to 90 points in that trade. The YM was to buy at 712. The high was like 795, so about 80 ticks there. And crude oil to sell 77.30. The low was 76.40. Now, you cannot catch the full thing, obviously. That's not what it's about, but you can get some. So people, our members are just very happy with the new changes that we have made. Also, a good friend of mine, over 10 years, a good friend and a mentor of mine, joined this community, and he has his own channel in the members area, and he's just, I mean, yesterday he called a 20-point S&P move. Today, more than that, he actually shorted. First, he went long toward 56.27 from about 03, and then he shorted 27 to move down to 11 and lower. So our members are very happy. We started with 11 members back in October of 2023, and now we have over 500. So yeah, just come and visit, come take a look. If you ever tried live rooms before or some services before, this is something different. We really have quality stuff now. We always did, I believe, but I think it wasn't for everyone before. It was for slightly more experienced trader, and I think now we can pretty much meet the needs of any trader. People are passing evaluations, getting qualified for payouts. So good stuff. I'm going to try and put it in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully it's in the description of the video if you are watching a recording. So let's see if I did it. I think I did it. So I think it should be in the chat. In any case, let's start about presentation of Zephyrus Force. So I was already received a few emails regarding this, asking me to go and do the charts first because people are in a hurry. I understand everyone is busy, and I do appreciate you taking the time to be here. So we're going to start with the charts, and then we circle back to the slideshow presentation, because after all, the point is what? The question is, can you make money with this indicator? That's the bottom line. So unless you see the charts, you don't know. So let's take a look at the charts first. I prepared 5 different instruments. I did not trade all 5 today. I did not. My goal was 400 for the day. And as you can see here, it's a PA account, and this is my total, 430. Once I reach my total, I am done trading. I mainly traded, I believe it was the Russell and the Russell and the NASDAQ, but we'll take a look at all 5. So what is this all about, first of all? So it's like this. This indicator first identifies a trend. And yes, everything is customizable. And no, I changed nothing. I used, on purpose, I used default settings on everything. Because if I'm going to start talking about settings and how different settings, people get confused. And it's like, well, you got to change the settings and customize. So I did not change any settings. These are out of the box default settings, which means that you can actually have better results if you take the time and customize the settings depending on the market you like to trade. Also, I prefer King Renko bars for most of ninZa.co's indicators and systems. This is a superior Renko bar, and it's not an irregular candle. What is an irregular candle? A regular Renko bar, or like a regular ninZa Renko bar, let's say even, does not tell you exactly where the bar starts or ends. It's irregular in the sense that the bar does not start where it looks like it starts. Same with the Hakinashi bar, right? These bars, though, actually open when they look like they open and end when they look like they close, right? So this is a kind of bar that you can back test with. So and it's really, it responds so well to ninZa.co's indicators, especially the King the Renko King products, which this is. So I prefer the King Renko bar. Do you have to use the King Renko bar? No, you don't. You can even use time charts for this. But just to be consistent, for the sake of consistency, I decided to use a King Renko bar on all the charts I'm going to show you. So Zephyrus Force, what is this all about? It first identifies a trend. Then it waits for two types of trades. The Fibonacci pullback, which by default is 50%. Again, I changed nothing in the settings. By default, it's at 50%. The other type of a trade we're going to see is the pullback into the cloud trade. It's called the PA trade. We're going to see those. So that's kind of a deeper retracement kind of trade. And those clouds really give you a nice visual of the trend along with this moving average over here. So this, like, for visual and to see where a perfect pullback would be, along with the confirmation for the trend to continue in the direction of the overall trend. So again, trend, waiting for a pullback and down, right? So waiting for a pullback confirmation. These signals do not repaint, So you can look at the historical chart, and the signals you see were the signals that appeared in real time. That's important. Okay, so we're going to start with gold here. So here is the trend, right? It waits for a good pullback. Here is the pullback into the cloud. So this is the PA signal. You see that? That's a pullback into the cloud, confirmation down, and down we go, right? Later on, the 50% pullback for the Fibonacci retracement trade. Here is the Fibonacci retracement trade, and again, down we go. A few things about my personal preference of trading, not only this indicator, I should say system. It's really a system. It's not just an indicator. I prefer to take only the first signal in a direction. I prefer not to keep taking signals in the same direction, even though here, obviously, it works out beautifully. But to me, this is the beauty. This is the trade. I mean, this is absolutely picture perfect. Again, this is not me cherry picking. This is from today. This is the short. I mean, just a great trade. Down we go. It was a change of trend, and just nothing happened. The day's over. But again, to me, it's not a point of over trading and keep looking for trades. It's this one. I mean, a beautiful short in gold. Let's take a look at, I'm going to save the NASDAQ for last because everyone wants the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at, why did I lose this chart? Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Okay, did I just lose the chart? Okay, never mind. Let's go with this. What did I do there? Okay. So, all right, let's go with this. What did I do with this other chart? I don't know. So, did I say gold before? That was crude oil, wasn't it? The chart before was crude oil. Ignore me. I was looking at something else. In any case, this is gold. So now but the concept is absolutely the same. That was a crude chart that I showed before. The concept is always the same, right? We have a trend, waiting for a pullback, for a waiting for a pullback for the Fibonacci 50% retracement. Here it is. First trade is always the best, as I say, but subsequent trades signals did fine. Here is again the pullback into the cloud. You see that? And that is there was a, it's called a PA signal, PA pullback trade. Enough for a scalp, but again, the first signal is the best. So now we're opening up. Here is a pullback right into the cloud, right into the cloud. Here's the PA short. Down we go. Another, so trend up that has no Fibonacci or PA retracements, so no trade here on the long side at all. Trend down again. And here is again the pullback into the cloud for a short and lower over here. Then I think it goes toward the end of the day already. So here is a pullback. I'm sorry, change of trend, pullback, and here is the Fibonacci retracement long here. Doesn't give you much, but enough for a scalp. Nothing on the short side, even though here it says trend is down, but absolutely no actual signal on the short side, no Fibonacci or PA signal on the short side. Instead, again, we get long Fibonacci pullback signals, a few of them over here, and then the day is over. So very choppy after the initial signal, actually choppy in general in gold, but you can see how well this handles chop. And the reason it handles chop so well is because it waits for these retracements. It's not simply going to take trades based on a change of trend. It wants a confirmation, a continuation confirmation with these Fibonacci or PA signals. So that was gold. I think I got rid of the YM chart by accident. So let's take a look at the Russell. A lot of people trade the Russell. Let's take a look at the Russell. So same exact idea, right? So 9:30, markets open up. It looks like we have a change of trend, but no confirmation short. Here is a trend long. Here is the PA into the cloud, right? PA into the cloud, long signal, enough for a scalp, not much. Then trend short, Fibonacci retracement signal short. Again, this should be enough for some kind of target. Notice the chop though. Notice this chop handles it well. Change of trend to the long side, no confirmation long. Trend change, but no confirmation short, very choppy. And here is a long. Here is a Fibonacci right there, Fibonacci long. And that is a beast of a trade right here. Again, as I say, right, I prefer the first signal only. When a move gets overdone, I'm not looking for more trades in the same direction. I expect a much deeper pullback. Now, this deeper pullback of the PA signal is okay, but to be honest, I would still ignore it. I would still not take it. So again, a short, but no signal, long, and finally the signal appears here. Unfortunately, just not enough pullback to have the 50% Fibonacci retracement. The good thing here is that you don't have to guess like where to look for the high, where to look for the low, how to calculate this Fibonacci retracement. It would do it for you. It just paints a signal. And I mean, tremendous move higher. We can keep on looking, but what else? So here is a short trend, but no short signal. Again, a great way of filtering chop, right? Even though the trend changed, there was really no confirmation here for the short signal. And here there is no confirmation for the long signal, so nothing here. Nothing here, unfortunately. Again, just not enough of a pullback over here. And then here is again Fibonacci long, change of trend, Fibonacci signal long. So unfortunately, it looks like it missed maybe a couple of shorts here, but it's great at filtering chop. That's one thing I've noticed about it. Watching it for the past couple of days, it has a pretty phenomenal way of filtering chop, keep you in the direction of the trend, waiting for that pullback, right? Because markets don't just go in straight lines. Even trending markets have pullbacks, and that's what this indicator does. And of course, Fibonacci is one of those things that everyone is watching for it. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Everyone is watching it, and so when it finally happens, everyone jumps in, and that's why you have these kind of moves. I mean, very big moves, especially from the first signal. Once again, you see just pretty spectacular moves. Then we get into lunchtime. This is probably a losing trade over here. Not a big loser, but it is a losing trade. Just got to identify to show you it's not all winning, of course. This short not great. This short a bit better. Again, I don't necessarily like trading at this time. I'm not a lunchtime kind of trader. I prefer to have everything done by about 11 o'clock. I'm on Eastern time, so 11 o'clock within 90 minutes of US session open. Because then it's just all choppy here. There is the pullback trade gives you something, not much. Fibonacci short gives you something, not much. It's lunchtime, and now, current time. So again, my preference is to trade the first 60 to 90 minutes of the day. That's it. But I'm going to show you everything because that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Let me. Where did my YM chart go? Give me 1 minute. I just want to try and find. I also had a YM chart, and I don't know what happened to it. Here's the Russell, the gold, crude oil. I'm also going to do the NASDAQ, of course. I just kind of lost my YM chart. And yeah, I don't know. All right, so I lost it. Okay, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. This is the NASDAQ. Yep, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, unfortunately, I lost my YM chart. Okay, the NASDAQ. So 930, immediately a bearish trend. We are waiting for a pullback. Here is the pullback, Fibonacci, short, down we go, right? I mean, that's what it does. It waits for those full pullbacks into, in this case, 50%. I'm going to show you how you can adjust it in a minute. We're looking for 50% retracements in this case to take these signals. This is the cloud PA short, a bit premature, but the trend stays bearish. Maybe you would have gotten stopped here, but the trend stays bearish for a much deeper move down. And again, I tell you, I prefer the first signal. This is the first signal, and it's just so much better. Just looking for more. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Changing to long. Retracement. Here is the Fibonacci long. How's that for a move? Fibonacci long. Here is the PA pullback into the cloud, right? Again, here we go. This is the deeper pullback beyond the 50% retracement. Here is the cloud pullback. Beautiful trade. I mean, wow. Yeah, this is pretty good. Okay, a change of trend, right? Here is the short. Can't ask for better than this. Change of trend to long. Not much here, but okay. I mean, gave you something. Yes, same here. Nothing great, but again, gave you something. Here is the Fibonacci long. The PA pullback into the cloud. A few of those. This is Fibonacci, Fibonacci. Change of trend, Fibonacci short. This is the cloud PA. This one is a loser. The change of trend is here. There was not enough here for anything really. Again, getting into lunchtime, right? Not the best time to trade. I do not trade for the most part during lunchtime, but I am going to go over the trade, the signals. Here is the PA into the cloud, pullback, gives you something, Fibonacci short, gives you something, PA short, into the cloud and down. I mean, overall, does really, really well, especially if you take the first signals in a given trend. I'm a big fan of that. Just take the signals in a given trend. Okay, nothing here. So here was a trend long, but no confirmations of any kind. Again, avoiding chop. Look at this beauty. Short trend, bearish trend, right into the cloud, PA short, and down we go. It was another PA short. Oops. Another one here. This Fibonacci is no good. Long has no confirmations. This Fibonacci is no good. The PA is excellent. Down. Again, not the best time to trade now here, but I'm just going to go over everything. Here's a change of trend. PA short. I mean, just a beauty here. Really, really takes them down. You're going to see later back testing that ninZa.co did. I think 200 days. I think the profit was like 114,000. But yeah, really very impressive. So change of trend, no confirmation. Change of trend, so far no confirmation. This is a loser. No confirmation here, nothing here. Unfortunately, nothing here. Wow. Yeah. Getting toward the end of the day. This is not much. This is good. This is good. This is good. I mean, you can just see how many winners compared to losers. And how it handles chop. You see, from short to long to short, and no confirmation of a trend of a trade here. No signals until finally here a Fibonacci short. This one is no, not enough. This is good. This is not. And now getting toward the end of the day here. Fibonacci long. Wow. Again, the PA into the cloud. Fibonacci long. Well, I think you guys get the idea. I mean, just a lot of opportunities every day, but you don't just want to keep on trading. I say it in my group all the time. You don't just want to keep on trading. The point is you must have a trading plan. That trading plan must have a reasonable daily profit goal. You should not just be trading all day. Just because there is a signal does not mean you should take it. But yeah, look at this Fibonacci short. I'm just going over here for the demonstration of it. Here was a Fibonacci short. A few shorts here. No confirmation. No confirmation. No, there was one here. I'm sorry. Here was one. And that's no good. Yep. Not much here. These are quick scalps. There is the cloud P8 pullback going up. Wow. Big move down, but no confirmation until here. Use the pullback into the cloud and a short. Anyway, I don't want to keep boring you with this. But yeah, these are the kind of trades that this system produces. So two main trades, the Fibonacci, which is the 50%, and the PA pullback trades, which go into the cloud and then confirm, in this case, a bar down to confirm a continuation move lower. Now let's take a look at the settings. I just want to show you. So these three, the fast, the slow, the bands, this has to do with the trend. You can make the trend more sensitive, meaning that it would change quicker if you use lower values, or you can make it, increase the values, and then the trend, it will take a lot more to change the trend. So these are these three. Then, of course, the Fibonacci retracement. You can choose any Fibonacci number you want. Again, I changed nothing about any of these settings, just as is. It comes with a 50% retracement, and you can change it to any number. The smaller the number, the more shallow retracement it would need to qualify a trade. For example, as we've seen, right, we've seen a number of times where there were just these big moves, right, but there was just not enough of a retracement to qualify for the 50% retracement. But if you make that 50% lower, then you'll be able to participate in some moves that otherwise you would miss out. But the thing is, of course, everything is a trade-off, right? If you look for a shallower retracement, yes, it would take less to generate the signal, but you might get more false signals, for example. And I hate to use the word false signals. A signal is a signal. Not profitable signals. How about that? I think it's better. So yeah, not profitable. So you can change settings. I changed nothing. I'm showing you charts from today. This is my PA account that I traded to get this $430. And I got it, guys, within the first 20 minutes of trading. Within the first 20 minutes. The signals appeared quickly. I took only the first signal in a given direction, and I wanted to be done by 10:30. My approach is I like to be done, not only when I do indicators and stuff, but even in my own live room. Once it gets beyond 10:30, 11 o'clock, any members here of my group, you guys know that, I begin to discourage people from trading. I don't like trading chop. And after 11 o'clock, very often, you get this chop. Now, after 2 o'clock, sometimes things wake up. But for me, I still prefer the first hour to hour and a half max. And my goal for today was just to make $400. Once I reached it, I was done. I don't care about how many more signals there are, and there were a bunch of good signals, but you must have a daily. It is so essential. Over trading is such a trap that a lot of retail traders fall into. So I don't do that. I don't keep on trading. I simply get my goal and I am done. Now I wanted to see if we can actually catch a trade here. So there is a change of trend. I don't want to bore people again too much. I want to show you guys the slideshow and the deal for today. So again, this is a system. This is not just an indicator. This is a system that identifies a trend, waits for a Fibonacci retracement or price to come in into the cloud. So here's an example again of the Fibonacci, right? And the cloud pullback short. Obviously, the cloud is slightly less risk because it's much closer to change of trend. So, if your stop is a change of trend, the Fibonacci obviously has more risk, right? Because look at the cloud, as opposed to these PA signals, which are much closer to the edge of the cloud, and so your risk as such is much smaller. So I just want to see if there is a signal painted live so you can see the signal. Let's see if it's going to happen. So so we could have a Fibonacci, or this is the cloud now, so we could have a PA signal. Nope, change of trend instead. Just give it like a minute or so. Again, I don't want to bore anyone, but I just want to see if there is any live signal that we can see. And by the way, this ability to filter out chop, right? So even though I was looking for long here, let's say no long signal, and now a change of trend, but so far no short signal. All right, well, I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm just gonna maybe start on the slideshow and the deal. What time is it? 2:30, not bad. Okay, so it looks like we're not gonna get a signal. Well, this could be the cloud signal. If it closes down, change of trend. Okay, never mind. But at least you see how great it is at filtering out chop, right? At least that. Okay, we'll come back to this maybe a bit later. We'll just come back to this. I just want to take one last look. Where's my YM? Oh, really upsets me. I had a YM chart and I don't see it. Nope, I don't see it. Well, okay. Here's what we're going to do. Let's look at the deal first. You guys were so patient. We will take a look at the slideshow, but let's find the deal. Okay, so, whoops. Okay, so it's not going to be $2,200. It's going to be $596 for 15 licenses. And then they include with that, smart flattening. So, yeah, I don't know if I ever used that, but this is useful. It's almost like a chart trader kind of thing. This is useful, and they give it away free. Do they give it away with purchase or with? I don't know. But anyway, you can contact ninZa.co over here, their support, and they will answer all your questions that have to do with that. So normally, even when they have the 50% off, this will retail for around like 1,100. But you can get it now for $596, only 15 copies for that. So I'll give you like a minute to take a picture or get the code, and then we're going to take a look at the slideshow, and then we're going to have questions and answers. Okay. Right. I'm going to come back to this as well. Okay, so this is the back testing the NASDAQ 200 days on a 12-4. 12-4 is a pretty good King Renko bar. It's a decent one. Very often I use a 12-4 on a NASDAQ, so that's good. So I mean, impressive results. Myself, I don't run back tests, but as far as back tests go, these are impressive results. Again, with the King Renko bar, you can actually do back testing, as opposed to something like a ninZa.co or some other irregular bar type. This is on a 1-minute chart, yes. As I said, you don't have to use a King Renko bar with this system. I was just trying to be consistent. I didn't want to show different things, and then it's hard to compare. So I only used the King Renko bar. This way I can be consistent here. These are the results. Okay, so this system is basically based on price action. It is definitely trend following. It identifies a trend first, then it waits for a pullback. It has two kinds of pullbacks, right? The Fibonacci retracement and the pullback into the cloud, the PA signals. With a small bar like the ones I used, it is definitely a scalping. I think the purpose is for scalping, but you have seen how huge some moves could be. However, small bar types usually mean scalping, in my opinion. You can use it for swing trading. You would just need maybe a time chart of some kind. Yeah, so we spoke about most of the stuff already. The PA signals, the Fibonacci retracement, we spoke about that. You can trail the price with the cloud, if that's what you want to do. I would just suggest taking hard targets. If you have a hard target, it's because you are scalping, right? I guess if you have a hard target, you can always look for multiple entries if you want to try and get more. But I think just take the hard target. So these are all the things we have seen, right? That has a trend, a pullback, a Fibonacci pullback, or a PA pullback. Of course, some moves are big. When the price is above the upper band, that means it's a very strong trend. But I think it's very obvious. Below the upper band, this is sideways and not a very strong trend. Again, mostly common sense. Just ways to identify what the market is doing. And again, everything is very intuitive. I mean, you see everything right in front of you. When you see a change of trend, that's when you start looking for a pullback. So this is something other than a King Renko bar, but the same exact idea, right? A change of trend, a pullback, either a Fibonacci retracement that you choose in the settings, or the cloud. This looks like the regular ninZa bar. Again, it quote works on everything. I was just trying to be consistent in this presentation, and to me, I do prefer the King Renko bar for these systems over anything else. Okay, so once again, take a look at this. I'm going to take a quick break. Going to get something to drink real fast. You can type your questions in the chat, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Give me, please, like 2 minutes, even less. Be right back. All right, so I did forget to mention one thing. Let me very quickly show you something. So because the signals can appear very fast. Let me just kind of show this, right? So there is a way to automate these signals with a third-party software. Now, this system by itself does not come with automation. I want to make it clear, it does not come with automation. However, if you have a third-party system that can automate chart objects, let me show this. And you go down to, you see where it says custom? You change that to built-in. What it does is it would now allow a third-party software to take these trades automatically. Now, I don't know if ninZa.co has a business relationship with this company. If you have a question, you can email me. I'm going to put my email again from the slideshow. I think a lot of you know this company anyway. It's very popular. But what it does is it automates the signals. So you don't have to try and catch it because things can move very fast. I don't have to tell you how fast some of these markets can move, and you will be missing these signals. But there is a way to, as soon as the signal appears, and it appears, by the way, on bar close. Let me clarify that. The signal appears on bar close, so it would appear here on the opening of the following bar. It's just easier to trade this system if you can use automation, because otherwise things happen too fast. Okay, let me look now in the chat. Okay, ATM strategy. I'll be honest with this. It was a straightforward, for example, anything with a $5 value per tick, like the Russell, the NASDAQ, the YM, anything with that, I go simply for 20 ticks. That's it, 20 ticks. I try and trail it, which is why it's 430. I got one that was slightly better than 20 ticks, but 20 ticks in $5 tick value markets, 10 ticks for like gold and crude oil, where it's $10 per tick. And of course, I begin to trail manually even before my target is reached. I never allow a winning trade become a losing trade. So, but you know, again, this is a scalping strategy. I think, especially using a smaller time frame, but you can see how big some moves could be. But obviously, in real time, when this first signal appears, you don't know where it's going to go. So my recommendation is take a hard target. You know, it's a different webinar. I don't want to go into that, but if you can get consistent at $100 a day per e-mini, that's all you need. That's it. Because then it becomes the power of multiplication. If you have one PA account, it's 100. If you have 20 PA accounts, it's 2,000, right? So don't necessarily look for big moves, which are very difficult to stay with. Just go for the hard target. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, as far as, well, there will be a recording of this webinar that ninZa.co will post on their YouTube channel. If you want a transcript, contact them. Again, I'm just the promoter guy, you know. This is their Zoom meeting. This is their YouTube channel. I'm just the host. So yeah, contact ninZa.co if you want like a transcript. Otherwise, this will be, I imagine, posted on their YouTube channel. The QR code is not working. Okay, hold on. Did you try this coupon? And again, any issues with that, I am not the guy. Contact ninZa.co over here, info at ninZa.co. If you have any issues with purchasing. Where would the trade stop? So the trade would that's completely depends on you, right? So if you automate it with a third-party software, it will take the trade. Then it depends on an ATM that you put in this software to how it's going to manage the trade. You can also get in with this automation software and get out manually at any point. So this is completely up to you. It depends what's your preference. Do you go for just, let's say, a few ticks in like a scalp mode, or do you try and hold for bigger moves? That is not so much up to the software. It depends on your own preference and how you manage the trades. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. So again, any issues with this, contact ninZa.co. And by the way, if they run out of copies, because it's 15 copies, email me. Let me show you again. Email me. I'll see what I can do. Okay, no promises, but I'll see what I can do. Yeah, so I am actually pretty excited about this new product. There are going to be a number of webinars that I will be featuring this product. I know a lot of people enjoy trading off of Fibonacci levels. It's a very popular thing, right? People love the Fibonacci retracements. This system offers not only Fibonacci retracements, but even the deeper retracements of of the cloud. I'm just taking another look here. No, I don't see anything. All right. Well, then this is it. I want to thank all of you for joining in. Once again, check out my Discord channel, and I'm going to see you next time. Thank you all.